What's going on, guys? It's Anthony, Wrenched Out Garage. Today I got something pretty cool I'm going to be showing you. But first, as always, please take a moment, hit subscribe here at the channel. We've got some decorative materials that we're going to be using here in the office, and I wanted to share these with you as I just got them printed. So this is the design that I sent over to an artist on Fiverr. Now, Fiverr is like the Craigslist for artists. This artist just so happened to be extremely good, in my opinion, at doing art. Now, before I show you guys the other print that I elected to go with, I wanted to share this with you simply because I was faced with a situation where I wanted to decorate the office. You may want to decorate your garage, maybe your office, maybe your bedroom, I don't know. But what I do know is that this artist does an incredible job at rendering vehicles. He can do backgrounds. You can add backgrounds to these fairly easy. I'm not going to dive into that today in this video. If it's something that you want me to show you or explain, drop a comment down below. But I wanted to do some art on some of the vehicles that I'm currently working on and that have been featured on the Wrenched Out Garage. Now, this, what you see in front of you, is the 2018 Chevy Silverado. 2020 is the year that I'm doing this, and of course it's the Wrenched Out Garage. Now, for this, the artist did the vehicle itself. I added this down below through Photoshop. Now, this is a 16 by 20 print. You can obviously elect to do whatever size. If you want to do a full-size photo, a poster, or what have you, you can do that however you want, because the artist gives you the ability to use the rendering in any fashion that you want. If you guys want me to do a video on how to change the landscape or show you how to print in different ways, this was printed at my local Walgreens, so I didn't have to send this off. In fact, I printed this morning, or I sent this to Walgreens this morning, and then I picked it up about 2 hours later. So that's a pretty cool deal. Let's dive into the photos. So this was a photo that I actually took. I sent the artist I think like 3 or 4 photos and said, this is what I'm looking for. This is what they came back with. This is more of like the 3/4 shot, which is a very famous photo shot of vehicles. I've done this and used this on my Instagram feeds, Facebook feeds, and many other. It's where you're going to show essentially the 3/4 of the vehicle, or really it's half of the vehicle, but it's a 3/4 shot because you're getting the front end, the side, and then the other side as best as you can. Now, you can do this in many different ways. You can do just the front, you can do the side, you can do the back, however you want to do it. But in order for the artist to render this on Fiverr, you're going to need some high quality photos, and then of course a little bit of creativity on deciding on what it is you want for your space. Now, I've got a bunch of really cool ideas. This setup, and let me show you the other photo real quick. 2018 Chevy Silverado. You can check it out on the playlist here at the Wrenched Out Garage. The next one is, of course, the 2017 Camaro Super Sport. Super fan of the car. I absolutely love it. I miss it to many, many degrees. And I wanted to commemorate it by getting in a different type of photo done. I went through a bunch of photos and was going to get those printed, and I thought this was a cool way to do it. It catches people's eyes, and it also allows for you to show kind of what you've got going on. Now, the cool part about this is you have the ability of showing a current vehicle maybe you're working on, a future vehicle, or a past vehicle. Maybe you had, like me, a 2017 Camaro a year plus ago, and you wanted to showcase it. This is a very cool way to showcase it in your office or maybe in your garage. And it's a custom touch. That's what I absolutely love about this. This is a custom touch. The guy that I worked with took 4 days, $57 is what it cost to do both prints. So it was $57 collectively for both. Now I am going to continue this adventure and get a couple of other vehicles done here relatively soon once I find the photos that I want represented in this artistic genre, or just to have illustrated. I think he did an incredible job with the Silverado and with the Camaro. Of course, I elected for the white background. Now you can alter this background. These come in a file format if you're familiar with Photoshop, to be able to edit this and change it up to whatever your liking may be, to fit your garage or your office. But I thought this was a cool way for me to share something that I'm doing with you. Now I went and got some frames for Michael's. I'll link some frames down below. This is a 16 by 20 print. I am in consideration. I've got a couple of other prints that I will be doing that I may end up doing like a limited edition run on these prints, because it's my vehicle, my design, the artist did the work, and then I add this in. I think it's something pretty unique and cool, especially if you have friends, family, or whoever in your space. They're gonna look at it and say, hey, this is in the driveway. What? How did you get this done? And I think that's a cool thing. Or maybe you have that 68 Camaro that you wanna share with your friends. You can get it done in an illustration and then add whatever you want to it down below. Now, you can talk to the artist. That's the great thing about Fiverr, is you have the ability to chat and say, hey, can you add, if you're not comfortable in Photoshop or whatever photo processing software that's available to you, you can tell them, hey, can you put in there John's Camaro or Anthony's Silverado? And more than likely they're going to accommodate that request within whatever deal you strike with them. Now, when you make a deal with the Fiverr artist, and I'll link the Fiverr artist that I worked with down below. I'll also link some frames if you're interested down below as well. But if you're interested in this, it's super cool, super simple to be able to get that process up and going. I think this artist did an incredible job. I'm a huge fan of this, and as I said earlier, more than likely I'm going to go ahead here within the next couple of days, find some photos of a couple of other cars that I've worked on, to include possibly the D21. What I want to find, in hope that I can, is a couple of photos of the Mazda RX-7, because I want a little bit of a different venue here, instead of just the truck, the Camaro, and stuff that you guys have currently seen, to where I had the 86 Mazda RX-7, and I think that would be a cool thing. I gotta find some photos though, we'll see. And that's the great part about this is an illustration where they take your idea, your photo, and then alter it for some, to me it's a piece of art. And that's what they create with your vehicle, and I'm absolutely stoked about this, simply because A, it was affordable as $57 for both of them. B, I have the ability of either turning this into the 16 by 20 like I am going to do here in the office, or I can turn this into a full-size poster. I can add backgrounds. I can do whatever it is I want to meet or create the art piece that I want to represent or show to friends and family. Now, why is that important? Well, to me, it's extremely important. Rent Style Garage is a huge part of what I'm currently doing, and as far as life goes, I mean, I'm creating a lot of videos. I'm doing a lot of other things in the sort, and this individual allowed me to take a vehicle that I'm working on, that I'm building up, and create a very cool rendering that is different. Instead of just a photo on the wall or something that you've seen a million times, I feel like this is a little bit of a different animal. The detail, so to take into consideration and to look at this, the 2017 Camaro, I did have them and sent them photos of the IROC Z hood that I had on it. They did their representation of the IROC Z hood on the car. A couple of things didn't necessarily line up. There's some dark lines and what have you, but I feel like the artist encapsulated the image of the Camaro that I wanted. I like this on there because I don't currently have the Camaro, and then when people come over, if they don't know I have a YouTube channel or don't know that I'm a Camaro Chevy guy, then they're gonna be able to see this image and say, wow, what is that? Where did that come from? and I can tell the story behind it. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to link the artist hopefully down below. If not, go to Fiverr. I'll put at minimum his name down below if you're interested in his style of art. There's a ton of really good artists on Fiverr. This is not a paid promotion. This is something I feel like is super cool that enhances the almost like the charisma or the build out, whether it's in an office, in your bedroom, in a garage. That I think is super cool. It's an alternative to just snapping a photo or paying a photographer to take some photos of your build or of your car or of your truck, or maybe you're the one that's doing that. This is a cool alternative to that because to me, this is an eye-catching representation of a former, current, or maybe even future vehicle that you want to showcase in your area. So that's it, guys. I know this is a little bit offbeat from what I normally do here at the Rental Store Garage, but I thought that this would be a very cool thing for me to share. I just got these printed. These were printed at Walgreens, my local shop, my local printer. This wasn't printed from like MPix, which I normally would go to. It cost 57 bucks for the design. Walgreens had a deal for 50% off, so I paid 15 bucks for the prints themselves, and then I went and got some frames from Michael's. I'll link some frames down below. Again, this is a 16 by 20 print. You don't have to do it in this size. You can scale the image to whatever size you want in photo software. If you're not familiar with any of that stuff, I'd be more than happy to do a video if there's interest for it on how to resize the image, or if you need help with that, drop a comment down below. What do you guys think? And I'm gonna, of course, create a comment and then pin it down below of doing an illustration of a current vehicle, past vehicle, future vehicle, with some of your unique design and your own flavor to it. Like I added to the image here, to where I did have some backgrounds I was messing with that I may go to at in the future here, to where I just thought it was cool to use the font that I use on the Rental Store Garage, which is the 2017 Camaro SS, as you can see there, and then it's got 2020 Rental Store Garage 20 was printed. What do you guys think? Drop a comment again down below. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Did the artist on Fiverr do a good job, do justice to the 2018 Chevy Silverado and the 2017 Camaro? I'm gonna have them do more, so maybe we'll be able to do this again in the near future. But until then, if you guys are out riding or driving, do it safely, and I'll see you in the next video.